You've never been in there making the turkey with me.
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's time you learn. So Calder, we're brining this turkey.
Cool.
So first we're making the brining liquid here. We have 4 cups of water that's boiling, and it's important because we have 1.5 cups of salt. And we have 1/2 cup of sugar. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, that's too much salt, I don't like salt, this isn't about salting your turkey. This is about flavoring your turkey and bringing up the moisture level on your bird. You just sort of stir this until it's dissolved. That's really important. And then super important from a food safety standpoint is that you actually cool it before you move on. So I actually made one earlier and I cooled it and it's sitting right here. And to that, Calder, would you mind adding 4 cups of cold water?
Sure.
Because we need more water, we need more liquid, but there's no point in heating up all that water just to dissolve the salt and the sugar. I've done turkeys so many ways, and I really think that this is going to give you the opportunity for the best turkey. Now, we have a bucket there. Just dump it on into the bucket. First, I want to show you the basic brine. That is not a lot of ingredients, just the most basic brine, and then we're going to take it from there. I'm going to let you personalize it a bit and show everybody how they could make it their own too. So I'm just going to cut an onion for our brine. Would you mind smashing that garlic?
Sure.
The scoop is, don't worry about the paper. We're getting it out, but you want to basically get those closed and smash them on the side so you release the oils. We want those oils to go into the brining liquid along with this onion. And same deal on this onion. I'm not even going to worry so much about the paper. I'll just take the outer layer off.
The great thing about Thanksgiving is just, you know, being fed.
I was just going to say, what did it ever occur to you when you were growing up eating Thanksgiving dinner? Oh my gosh, this is so much work. How do they do it?
I mean, I would have to do dishes, so like I got a little idea of how all the like dishes you have to do. But you know, this brine. How long does the turkey sit in here?
I have found that you need at least 12 hours to do the job, but you need no more than 24 hours. Don't be worrying right now if you're saying, oh gosh, I don't have a fridge big enough, because it's cool enough in most parts of the country to just put this out into a cool place for the overnight, like on a terrace, out on the back porch, in the garage. Now, wine.
Wine, okay.
2 bottles, just get it in there.
What's this gonna do?
So instead of just adding more water, I'm adding a little flavor. And I always think that, you know, a white wine, a simple white wine like this is just a Pinot Grigio. I always cook with a wine that I would drink with. I don't care whether it's a brine or not. And that's what's going on with this. How's it looking in there?
Good, it smells actually pretty good.
Okay, all these flavors are in a similar family. So why don't you get some sage in?
Oh, do I rip it up?
Just rip it, just rip it. That's all you need to do. And then I always like to put cinnamon sticks in there. Now, it's not going to make the turkey cinnamony. Are you concerned about that?
I'm really worried about the turkey being too cinnamony.
This is no place for sarcasm. We're making our Thanksgiving dinner together.
Okay.
All right, so I would say about 4 of these. You don't even don't pull those off, just dump it in. I just wanted it crushed.
Okay.
All right, throw these in. Bay leaves. Now, bay leaves are sort of not too far from the cinnamon family. They've also got a nice flavor. Now, I think very important is black pepper. Get some of that in there. We have coriander. I would put a good tablespoon or something. This is clove. Clove's going to support that cinnamon. Not too much of that. That's strong. Okay, so then we have fennel and we have cumin. Now there's going to be some fennel in the sausage that we're going to make for the stuffing, so that might be nice to pull some of that flavor in.
Cool.
And then with cumin, I'm going to leave it up to you, and we're going to get this all mixed together with our bird.
Okay.
All right? Okay. Great. Smells good. So now we have our bird here. Do you mind doing the heavy lifting on that?
No problem.
Okay, so this beautiful bird has been cleaned up. When it comes to birds, and we're putting it legs up, and it sinks to the bottom, and it gets filled with that liquid. Oh, it really does smell so good. Doesn't it smell good?
It smells really, really like fresh and like tasty.
Okay, so he's mushed it around so that all of the flavoring is throughout the bird. You go wash your hands. I'm going to get the top on here, and that's it. Now this is closed. Do me a favor, just take this out in the back over there where it's cool. Bring it on over. I have a beautiful 14-pound bird. Did you know that there's a neck that needs stuffing too?
I didn't know that actually.
Well, see, that's why I'm here. I wouldn't miss this opportunity to get something in here. Now, I'm gonna hold it up. Actually, you hold it up, I'm gonna put some in there.
Okay.
But you know what? Oh, let's just get this paper towel out. When I took it out of the brine, which I did, you have to make sure that you really pat it dry. Put that in the garbage. Okay, hold that. This is really a 2-man or woman operation, so get some help here. Now, this is where my dad would come in with his kind of strange meat stuffing. Poor Dad. This is the only place he got his stuffing, in the little neck. But we're gonna stuff this. I love the neck stuffing. Okay, then just tuck that under and go here. And then you can turn it around. Now, basically, you just get as much stuffing in there as you can. And the thing I love about this beautiful bird, the way the breast meat cooks is a lot more even than when you have a big giant bird. You just really have to pay attention to how your breast meat's cooking.
But doesn't the brining really help keep the breast meat moist?
You're taking the words right out of my mouth. I was just gonna say, you can't go wrong with this kind of technique because you end up with that flavor and with that moistness. And that's why if you're listening and this is the first time you've ever made a turkey, definitely check out the brining technique. Now I have some string here, and we are going to not do any kind of fancy trussing. I would like you to hold this like this. I'm going to come up around here, and actually I might need a little bit more string. Okay, great. And then I'm just going to get this tight, and I tend to put a little bit of a bow on it. Sometimes you can just untie it when you're ready to carve. Beautiful. All right, now we have to get it onto the tray. There's one last thing, Calder, and that would be to get those wings tucked under when we get it onto the tray.
Okay.
So bring the tray here. I'll lift this over. Okay, Calder, let's oil and season this bird with salt and pepper. Now this is going to give us the most beautiful skin. Go ahead and rub away. I'm going to get a little bit of salt. Not too much, but you want to have that flavor on the outside of the skin when it's crispy, and then some black pepper. And get just a little bit over here. Not too much, because you did put a lot of black pepper in that brine. Although it's not going to make it too spicy. Okay, then just rub that in, please. That's good. All right, is there anything I've forgotten?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, since I'm teaching him, I better know that, and I'd say we're in pretty good shape. Now, great. Now, I like to tuck these wing tips under. So all you do, turn it like this before it goes under.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. How's that? You got one in there.
Got it, I think.
Okay. All right, our wings are tucked. It just makes it nice and compact, allows the bird to cook evenly. This is going to cook for 2 to 3 hours.
How hot's the oven?
The oven is at 375. Can you put this in the oven for me? Could you baste that one more time?
Sure.
I know you've been doing a great job. How's it looking?
Look.
Oh, gorgeous. You are going to be able to make a turkey anywhere, anytime after you get this down. So a little basting is good. Beautiful. Excellent. That is a beautiful thing, Calder Quinn. All right. Now, it looks beautiful, but you never know how it's cooked. Now, I keep going on about the instant read thermometer. You should have one of these in your house. Everyone should. You want this to be at 165 when it's done, which means if I put this in there and you put it in at the thickest part. So if I go right in here, and it's at 162, that's fine, because it needs to sit and rest for about 20 minutes. That temp might come up a little bit because it's very, very hot. So all it needs now is to rest for about 20 minutes. That's important. I'm going to teach you how to carve this turkey. It's a beauty. Would you mind getting the stuffing out?
No
you put
problem.
it in, can you get it out?
I can handle it, I think.
So what I like to do is when the turkey comes out and it's rested, I love to put it on a platter, a beautifully garnished platter. It's a beautiful presentation. How's that look?
Well, I can't begin to tell you how excited I am for this turkey and stuffing.
Now don't forget you've got some in the neck.
Do you want me to take that out or leave it in for now?
I think we can leave it in for now because you can always come back for seconds. And sometimes I like to leave it in there, period. No one knows there's more stuffing. And then the next day,
It's your secret stuffing stash?
It's my secret stuffing stash. So I always like to start up here. Make sure your knife is sharp. You know how important that is. I like to have it a little bit thin. You can't do that if you have a really dull knife. You can see that beautiful juice coming out there. That's where that brining comes in. If you're not sure what you're doing, I really recommend you try brining. You don't have to do it, but it just assures that you're going to have beautifully moist, tender meat. Now, I like to get the breast meat all carved out carefully and then get into the joint of the legs and the wings, which are my favorite places to go. We're going to get this all carved up. We're going to get it onto the table and get everybody in to eat.